especially. I like teaching all the time, but especially this time of the year when I know I'm coming in to a room that's 98 degrees and I get to hang for an hour. It just makes it that much more enjoyable to be in that warm space. So I'm happy to be here with all of you. My name is Kelly, and we're going to be going through Journey into Power for 60 minutes, our yoga practice. One announcement before we get started is starting on January 26th. At this studio, we have our 40 Days to a Personal Revolution program beginning. So what that is 40 days of yoga, meditation, journaling, and a weekly meeting with Lisa Taylor at this studio. For those of you who are new, and there's quite a few of you that are in your Get Started package, which means like you're just kind of getting started with the practice. What's in it for you is this opportunity to plug into the evolution community and then to get consistent with your practice. The magic of yoga really happens when you're doing it regularly. It's one thing to come in, go through a practice, and then you get some good stuff, and then you go away for like a week or two and come back and start all over again. It can be like that. But when you're practicing every day is when you really start to get major changes in your body, your mind, and your life. So 40 days is an access to that. And then for those of you who have been pretty consistent, it's an opportunity to get these other elements plugged into your repertoire, meditation, journaling, and we even look at nutrition and how nutrition affects your practice. Hydration, what it is that you eat. Because sometimes we forget, or maybe some of you are just about to discover, this is a very athletic practice. And so it's good to eat like an athlete so that you are fueled in a way that you can be successful on your mat. Okay, that's it. If you have any questions about that, you can ask me afterwards. Let's get started, what you came for, and we'll do that in child's pose. Take your knees to the width of your mat. Bring your big toes together to touch. Take your hands wide, like mat width distance wide. Stretch your arms out in front, and then relax your head down onto the floor. That's it. I can already hear it. But together now, take a deep breath in through your nose, and let a sigh come out through your mouth. Let's take 2 or 3 more breaths like that. And really enjoy this opportunity to pause, to be still, and then just to breathe and get connected to your breath. Okay, now with that last sigh, seal your lips now. With the inhale, breathe in through your nose. At the top of the inhale, pause. Breathe out through your nose. And at the bottom of the exhale, pause. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then pause. And then keep breathing like that 2 more times. Good. 1 more breath like that. Slow, even. We call this 4-part breathing. There's these 4 distinct parts to it. And then with your next inhale, lift up to downward facing dog. Downward dog. Hands at the top of your mat. So you'll walk your hands all the way up there if they're not at the top. Feet walk them towards the back of your mat. So you're going to take up a good amount of space on your mat. Yep, and I'm looking around. It's good. I see a lot of you walking your dog out. That's good. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Get a feel for your feet. I usually get a lot of like pops and crackles and stuff like that coming from my feet early on. And then when you've moved enough, set your feet hip width distance apart and parallel to each other. So your 2 feet look like the number 11. Yep. Lift your heels up a couple inches, just a few. Bend your knees. Now roll your sitting bones up and back. Beautiful. Now you can play with straightening your legs a little bit if you'd like. But keep your sitting bones up and back. And as you breathe here, feel for your spine to be fully extended from your tail to the base of your skull. We'll be here a lot of times today, but for now, take 1 more breath in. Blow all the air out. Look up at your hands and step up to the top of your mat. Feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, lift halfway up. So hands to your shins. Press the top of your head forward. And exhale, ragdoll pose. Pull the pit of your belly up. Take an upside down letter U shape. Good. So your spine in this fold is rounded. Look for a C-shaped spine. I like to envision I have a beach ball underneath my belly and my spine is wrapped up and over the beach ball. And so as you create that shape now, press down through the center of each heel. And from the press of your feet, pull your abdominal wall up and in towards the front of your spine. So you're creating that lift and support from the front of your body. And now breathe right there. And maybe even, can you breathe into the back of your ribs? 2 more breaths. You're creating a little more space in your lower back and your mid back. Really good. Now here's your last breath in. Blow all the air out. As you do it, press your heels deep down into the floor, and on the inhale, roll up to stand. One bone at a time. Your head is the last thing to come up. And at the top, reach up, look up, take a big stretch all the way up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Samastitihi. Set your eyes to a point, set an intention for your practice tonight, and we'll begin with 3 Oms. Take a breath in. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain pose. Now exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. So different than the ragdoll, belly to your thighs, hands to the floor, drop your head all the way down at the bottom and shake your head out. Just hold this for a couple breaths. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Quite a few of you could bend your knees more. Yep, so you have that contact rib to thigh. So different than your ragdoll pose, you're opening the back of your legs instead of your spine so much. Take one more breath in. Stay here, blow all the air out. Now inhale, lift halfway up, hands to your shins, seat back, head forward. And on the exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank position. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists. Squeeze your legs straight, pull the pit of your belly up. Take a breath in, look forward, tip forward. Now bend your elbows, low push up. So it could be a little bit, it could be all the way to hover. Inhale, upward facing dog, knees down or knees up, and exhale back, downward facing dog. Good. Take a big breath in and an even breath out. Together, breathe in. Together, breathe out. Now here's your last breath here. Inhale. Completely exhale. Look forward. Move your feet up to your hands. And inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale, fold, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, reach all the way up, big stretch. And exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, belly to your thighs. Inhale, lift halfway up, get a long spine. Plant your palms, step back, high to low, push up. Look forward. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Good. Now 2 more breaths. Set your eyes to one spot. One spot at the mat between your feet works. Good. Take your last breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. Look at the top of your mat. Move your feet up to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, high to low push up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really good. We'll do 2 more of those. Take 3 breaths. Good. Last breath in. Blow all the air out, bend your knees. Move your feet up to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold down all the way. Then reach up. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway up. High to low push up, take it back. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Set your eyes, breath in. Blow it out. Now 2 more breaths. Keep your eyes at that one spot. Last breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step or jump, feet up to your hands. Lift halfway and fold. Extended mountain pose. Press down through your feet, reach up through your fingertips, forward fold. Halfway lift up, high to low push up, back you go. Upward facing dog, roll your shoulders up and back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Now we're going to add on a little bit. 2 more breaths. Open your fingers up wider, open your toes up wider. Good. Here's your last breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, jump or step. Lift halfway and fold. Chair pose. Bend your knees, sit your hips back, reach up and forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up, low push up. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step your right foot to your right thumb, warrior 1. We'll take 5 breaths. So warrior 1, you'll spin your back heel in and down into the floor. So back toes are at like a 45-degree angle. That would have your back toes pointing at like 10 o'clock if your mat were a clock. Now press both heels into the floor deep. Stretch your front knee forward over your front heel. Now lift up from the sides of your body all the way up to your fingertips. That's it. Take 1 more breath in. Stretch up a little bit higher. Then hands to the floor, low push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now left foot, warrior 1, step up and take 5 breaths. So as you set your feet on like train tracks. A couple of you have your feet almost like you're on a tightrope. Open up wider, and what that will give you is the ability to square your hips forward. So some more room to lunge deep. Yeah. Now 2 more breaths. So lunge down really good and deep. Yeah. And then reach all the way out. Take a big breath. Hands to the floor, low push up. That's it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. We're going to link them together. 2 more. Good. Here's your last breath in. Exhale, prepare. And step or float. Feet to your hands. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Sit back, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low push up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot, warrior 1, 1 breath. Step up, reach up, low push up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior 1. With the inhale, arms go up. Low push up with the exhale, hover. Inhale, up dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let a sigh out. 2 more breaths. You can keep using sighs to level the energy. 1 more breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, jump. Halfway lifts, fold. Chair pose, breathe in. Forward fold. Halfway lifts. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot, warrior 1. Step up, inhale, reach up. Low push up. Beautiful. Up dog. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Left foot. Step. Inhale. Reach. Low push up. Blow the air out. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. That's it. 3 breaths. So we'll do that 2 more times. Breathe and move, and that's it. 2 more breaths. Last breath in. Bend your knees. Jump. Halfway lifts. Fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana, forward fold. Halfway lift up, low push up, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right foot warrior one. Step, look up, low push up. Up dog, down dog, left foot steps. Stretch all the way up, low push up. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, let yourself sigh. Now 2 more breaths. Last breath in, last sun B, blow all the air out. Feet to your hands, go for it. Lift halfway and fold. Chair pose, big inhale, forward folds. Halfway lift up, low push up. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right foot step. So see if you can flow right up to the pose, whatever it looks like, low push up and flow right back out. Up dog, breathe in, down dog out, left side. As you step, you inhale, low push up, exhale. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good work. Take a big breath in and sigh it out, settle. Good. Now bring your big toes together to touch. Inhale your right leg up and back. Bend your knee, open your right hip over your left, and then step off the right side of your mat. Flip dog. So you're going to turn your whole world upside down. Beautiful. Set your eyes to a point. So that could be at the ceiling. You could let your head drop back and look towards the front of the room. And then the last 2 breaths here, feel your 2 feet press evenly down into the floor. Take 1 more breath in, and then flip back. High plank. Bring your big toes together to touch. Side plank. Heels to the right, left hand to the sky. Good. So step 1 is stack your feet. If you can stack your left foot over your right foot, do that. If that doesn't work, you can bend your bottom knee and drop it down to the floor, add a little more stability. A couple of you have got it. If you're feeling spicy, lift your left foot up off your bottom foot as high as it will go. So really, if you're lifting your leg, lift it way up. Get your left outer hip to fire up and wake up. Take a breath in, and then 2 hands to the floor, low push up. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, blow all the air out. Good. Big toes touch. Lift your left leg up and back. Bend your knee, open your hip, and flip your dog. Good. 5 breaths. Plug down through your feet, your bottom hand, and hug your shoulder blades in towards your upper back. Press your shoulders into the back of your heart. So widen your chest. Take a big breath in and flip back. High plank. Big toes together. Side plank. Heels left, right arm up. 5 breaths. Good. Deep breath. So that same quality of breathing you had through your sun salutations. Good. Brett, push down and lift your hip up higher. That's it. And that's Brett and everyone. Push down more and lift your hips up more. You'll feel that left side of your body start to warm. 1 more breath in. Hands to the floor, low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Down dog. Take a big breath in. Blow it out. And then step your right foot to your right thumb, crescent lunge. So about now your whole body is on. Probably some sweat dripping. You got some heat happening. And so now that you're warm, your body is somewhat open, we're going to start to build up the strength, especially through your lower body. Take a long step. Some of you are a little on the short side. So a long lunge. Your back heel is up over the ball of your back foot, different than Warrior One. Now bend your front knee over your front heel. Good. Square your hips forward. Left hip point towards the front of the room. Last piece, lift the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button. And then breathe right there. When I get that, my whole left front hip, I can feel this long stretch and an opening. Good. Bring your hands to heart center. Now tilt. Tip forward and twist to the right side. Left elbow outside your right thigh. You can stay here. You can open your arms. Wherever you go, squeeze your back thigh up towards the ceiling. Back hamstring to the sky. Now breathe. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath in. Blow all the air out. Press down, come up, crescent lunge, and open up to warrior 2. So spin your back heel in and down. Open your arms up like a capital letter T. Bend your front knee over your front heel. It's like, Brian, stretch your front knee forward. That's it. Take a breath in. Now tilt, extended side angle. Right forearm to your right thigh. Top arm over your top ear. Bottom hand could be fingertips on the floor or a block. Beautiful. Now drive your back heel into the floor and accelerate all the way up through your top arm. Good. Now breathe all the way up to the left side of your body, like your left lung. Fill that space. 1 more breath in. 2 hands to the floor, low push-up. Upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. Now step your left foot to your left thumb, crescent lunge. So you kind of had the joy on the one side. And you get it takes some work to do this, right? Some effort, there's some muscle work. But you're also starting to feel like things are unlocking and your body's starting to move. Tap into that here. Take the deep lunge. That's your access. Good. And if that's a lot, you can bend your back knee, take some of the pressure off. Right? And then as you have your lunge, now lift the front of your pelvis up towards your navel. Good. Take a big breath in, stretch high. Then hands to heart, tip forward, twist to the left side, crescent twist. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze your back leg up. So like Yuri, pull your back thigh up. So you're hitting your back thigh muscle up against the bone. Good. Last breath in. Blow all the air out. And now up you come. Crescent lunge with the inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. See if you can keep your knee bent the whole time. So really tap into your leg strength. And as you take the deep lunge, a little trick, press your back foot down more. So it's not only your front leg holding everything, you want both legs tapped in. Good. Take a breath. And then tilt, extended side angle. Good. 5 breaths here. So as you press your back foot down, hug your back thigh muscles up the bone and stretch all the way up and out through your top arm. Even open your fingers up. Yeah, bring some life, some energy up into your top hands. For 1 more breath in, and then 2 hands to the floor, push up. Upward facing dog, chest wide. Exhale, downward facing dog, press back. Oh, take a big breath in. On the exhale, bend your knees, get ready to move, and then jump, feet up to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway, and exhale, fold. Chair pose, bend your knees, reach up, prayer twist to the right. Hands to heart, hinge forward, and twist to the right side. Breathe right here, 5 breaths. Good. Lift your 10 toes up and press your hips back to settle into your heels. So really plug down and into your heels, the center of your heel bones. Breath in. Stay for a full breath out. Get all the air wrung out. And then inhale, chair pose. Reach and fold. Fingers to toes, forward fold. So for this forward fold, reach down, catch your big toes with your first 2 fingers. Bend your knees. Bend them a lot. Yeah. So you're bending your knees enough that your belly and your ribs can rest. They don't just touch your thighs. They're resting on your thighs. Your upper body has that rest, release, drop quality to it. Let your head drop all the way down. So like a plumb line, the weight of your head is pulling your spine long and open. And with each exhale, can you drop your head and the weight of it a little bit more? Take 1 more breath. Blow it out. Good. Now release your toes. Bend your knees, belly to your thighs, and then inhale, peel up, chair pose. Chest up, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart, tip and twist to the left side. Good. 1, sit deep, knowing that rest is coming. 2, hips down and back, really sit. 3, every breath, hips down and back more, deepen your hip creases. 4, take a breath in, stay for the out. And 5, chair pose, keep the seat reached up, and fold gorilla pose. So this time, slide your hands under the soles of your feet. Bend your knees until your upper body can relax over the top of your thighs. So this is really a balance of effort and ease. For your upper body to relax, you're going to find your legs have to work a little bit more. So bend them, like sailor, bend your knees more. Vicki, I know you're not going to be bending your knees anymore. Vicki's in here practicing with like a knee and a cast, which is cool because the practice is adaptable enough that you can come in however you are and have the practice work and heal your body right where you're at. So bend your knee a lot. Now drop your head all the way down. And relish this moment to open your eyes, see a point, and be still in the space of just dropping and letting everything go. Upper body, head, spine. Okay, one more breath in. Blow all the air out. And then step off your feet or step off your hands. Crow pose at the top of your mat. Hand shoulder width. Knees to the outside of your upper arms. Squeeze your feet together and look forward. So that might be it. Or you might be squeezing your heels up into your butt to make the full arm balance. Either way, feet together, feet together. Good. Take one more breath in. Then feet to the back of your mat, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and jump, feet up to your hands. Lift halfway, and fold down all the way. Press down through your feet, stand up. Extended mountain pose, eagle pose on the right side. At the top of your mat, feet together. Bend your knees, wrap your right leg over, and your right arm under. Now lift your elbows up to shoulder height. So your arms, your humerus, upper arms, parallel with the floor. Different than some styles, other styles of yoga. You're lifting your elbows up off your chest so they're in front. Now hug your arm bones straight back towards your upper back. Good. Pull on the bind of your arms to expand through your upper back. So really feel like your shoulder blades, the root of your neck gets wide and open. Take one more breath. And then step down. Reach up. Take a fresh breath in. Eagle pose on the left side. Bend and wrap. Good. So not elbows down into your chest and rounding. Not elbows super up high. Upper arms parallel to the floor. Hug your upper arms back. And then pull the bind to widen your upper back. And then breathe into your upper back. That space right between your blades. Take one more. Beautiful. Step down. Take a breath in. Reach high. Hands to your hips. Standing leg raise right side. Bend your right knee. Catch your right knee. Or catch your right big toe with your right fingers and extend. So you'll bring in what we did with eagle. Right arm, hug that back onto your upper back. So your whole arm bone hugs back. So it's like your armpit muscles pull your right knee in towards the center of your body. And then do that a couple times. So like no one's doing it at all. Look up front for a moment. This motion, pull that back. Do that a couple times and feel that your shoulder has this capability. Yeah. Now pull back and hold it. You're going to feel your chest get wide. You'll probably feel your muscles down here start to work. Give that 2 more breaths. Nice, Yuri. Take one more breath in. With the exhale, hug your knee into your chest. And then kick your right leg for the back of the room, airplane pose. So it's those same hug back muscles that will hug your arms up onto your upper back. That's it. Chest forward, right heel back. Get long. 2 more breaths. Good. Next inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, half moon. Left hand to the floor or block, right hand to the sky. 5 breaths. From your bottom fingertips to your top fingertips, get as wide as you can. Really good. 2 more breaths. From your head to your lifted foot, get as long as you can. Last breath in, and then 2 feet to the floor and fold. So like that fold, bend your knees, let your whole upper body drape down, decompress your spine for a breath, and then press down through your feet. Inhale, come rolling up. Reach up, breath in, catch your hips, standing leg raise left side. Catch your knee, your foot, and extend. And then play right away with what we call integrating. It's this action of plugging your limbs in towards the center of your body. Play with this action of hugging your limbs in towards the center. Hugging your left arm, that's it, Josh, into your upper back and plugging it there. Good. Take 1 more breath. Then hug your knee into your chest. Airplane pose. Kick your left leg for the back. Roll your shoulders up onto your upper back, and then stretch your chest forward and your lifted heel for the back of the room. Yeah. Hands to heart center, half moon, right hand down, left hand high. 5 breaths. So from plugging in, plugging your arms in towards the center of your upper back, plugging your thigh bones in towards the center of your pelvis, from your spine line, now stretch all the way out. That's it. 1 more breath. Radiate all the way out in all directions. And then 2 feet to the floor and fold. Let everything go for a breath. Ragdoll with your upper back. Now, if you're using a strap for dancer pose, grab it. If not, you're just going to roll right up, no strap. Inhale, reach up. Dancer pose or standing bow right side. Bend your right knee. Catch your right ankle from the inside. Bring your knees together, reach your left arm up high, and then exhale, kick. Kick your right shin back, and lean your chest forward. Good. Ashley, flip your grip. There you go. That's okay. There are teachers that do that all the time, so it's something we tend to get, it's tricky to get the grip here sometimes. Take 1 more breath, kick and reach. And then 2 feet to the floor. Take a breath in. That pose can really make your heart rate jump up, so give yourself a breath. And then left side dancer pose. You're ready. Bend your left knee. Catch inside your left ankle, and then kick. Left shin goes back. It can seem like it's your arm that reaches forward, but it's not. It's your heart. Lean your heart forward, and your arm is just an extension of the center of your heart. Good. 2 more breaths. Big breath right into the center of the stretch, and then 2 feet to the top of your mat. Really good. Tree pose. Right foot to your left inner thigh, hands to the center of your heart. Good. Square your hips towards the front of the room. So for some of you, your right knee will come a little forward to get that square. And then reach your arms up. Press down through your standing heel. Lift up through the sides of your body. And then reach all the way out through your fingertips, all 10. Take a breath in. And then step down. Switch sides, tree pose on the left. Right. The wisdom of the tree is that it takes deep roots to create tall branches. So press deep down through your right foot. So it's not just a foot on the earth, your foot is grounding down an inch below your mat. And then feel how that automatically begins to lift everything up. Your spine, your crown, your arms. Take a breath in, reach up as high as you can. And then 2 feet to the top of your mat. Really good. Inhale, reach up. Extended mountain pose. Both feet press down. Now reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot between your hands, triangle pose. So if you're on the tightrope, straighten your front leg, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling, right arm to a block or your shin. Yeah, shin's not my favorite. The reason why is if you put weight on your shin, it pushes your knee down towards the floor. So that's why a block, even a water bottle is nice. You can try your water bottle. And if you're doing that, go to the outside of your ankle, about 6 inches, 6 to 8 inches out. Good. Now press both feet down. Lean out into your right hand. So really start to take some weight into your arm. Feel how it opens up the whole front of your body as you do that. And then you might have the ability to roll your top shoulder back and get that whole big stretch up to the left side, left hip, left waist, up to the left wall of your chest. Take 2 more. 1 more breath in, really lean back, open up, and then 2 hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. And step your left foot between your hands, triangle pose. So I don't have my block up here, but I can demo with my water bottle. Good. Find the height that works. And what work means is that your chest is lifted enough that both sides of your body are long and your breath is free. If you feel like your left lung can't open, go a little bit higher on the block. Go just a little bit up more. Soften your knee a little bit, and then draw this hip back more to get the space. Good, but not your knee, just the hip. And as you open up that space, you breathe big. That's where you have the room now to drop your right shoulder up and back. Good. 2 more breaths. Really get bold with it. Take 1 more breath in. Roll your top shoulder up and back. Nice. 2 hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Good job, Susan. Take a breath in. Blow it out. And then come out to high plank. High plank position. Lower all the way down to the floor. Locust pose. Stretch your arms back. So now that everything is warm and awake and online, we're really going to start to open and extend your whole spine up. Reach your hands back, flip your palms to the floor. Palms down. Some of you are already there. You're going to get tired because we're not there yet. Take your hands back, flip your palms down. Flip your palms down. Cool. Forehead to the top of your mat. So we're not going to go half cocked, right? We're going to go full cocked. That's not what I meant. But forehead to the floor. Put it down. So put your head down. Good. Now shoulders straight up to the ceiling. Your head stays. Now drop your shoulders down. Shoulders straight up. Drop your shoulders down. Do that 2 more times. So see, your shoulders can move completely independent of your elbows, your head, your neck, your spine, everything else. Now shoulders straight up. Keep them right there. Inhale, your chest forward. That will lift your head. So your head doesn't move. Your chest going forward lifts your head up. Now stretch your toes back. Your toes stretching back, lift your legs up. Beautiful. Now if you want, you can lift your hands up. Keep your shoulders up on your upper back. That's it, Brett. Now 2 more breaths. From your heart to your toes, get as long as you can for 1 more breath in, and relax all the way down to the floor. We're going to do it 1 more time. Get a breath in, a big exhale, and then start head down. Just lift your shoulders up. Just your shoulders. You've got that piece. Now chest forward and toes back. So it's not about how high you go. It's how long you get. If all you're doing is cranking up, you're going to shorten the backside of your body, which over time, your back bends aren't going to feel very good. Get long, toe to heart. Take 1 more breath in and lower all the way down to the floor. Relax totally. Breath in, maybe a big sigh out. And then next up, floor bow. Bend your knees. So same principles, we're going to add something in. Catch the top of your ankles. You could do this one side at a time, so Susan's demoing that perfectly up at the front. If you're catching both, bring your knees together. Now pause, head down. As you kick your shins back, let your shoulders get pulled up and stay right there. So find the tension point where you're just about to lift and see if you can let your shoulders really drop back. Once you've got that, as far as it'll go, now kick more to peel your chest up. So your leg strength is peeling your chest up off the floor. Chin in towards the center of your throat, and then breathe right there. If you're like, I got more here, your next step is to press your feet up towards the ceiling. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath in, and relax all the way down. You can wag your tail or windshield wiper your legs side to side. And then we got 1 more set. So if you did one side, you'll do the other side. Set up, catch your ankles or your ankle, knees in. Now first step is kick. Roll your shoulders forward and let them get pulled back. So let your head hang. Really get your shoulders go back, not your head up. Now keep kicking to peel your chest up. Every exhale, can you relax your shoulders and your chest more? Yes. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath in. Now lower it all the way down. Beautiful. Wag your tail or windshield wipe your legs. Really, really good. All right. Plant your hands beside your bottom ribs, toenails to the floor, upward facing dog. So you'll move in, shoulders up, chest pulls forward, look up if that's there, and then exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, press back. Take a breath in, blow all the air out, drop to your knees, 1 camel. So standing on your knees, hands to your tush. Just like you practice, you're not cranking back to go up. It's all about length. Press your shins down and lift your chest up towards the ceiling. So you'll get as much height as you can, front, side, and back of your body. And that could be it. It could just be this action of going up. The going back is, can you sigh your shoulders back behind you? So let your shoulders melt back onto your upper back. Can you let your throat melt back off the top of your chest? So there's this quality of ease. As your chest drives up, your shoulders and head ease back. Take 1 more breath in. Blow all the air out. Now press more. Lift your chest up and out. Downward facing dog, press back. A lot of us that are new in yoga can get really intimidated by the back bends. Think of them more as back length. Like you're just creating as much space along your spine as you can, and then the back bend comes naturally. Take a breath in, bend your knees, look forward, and then step or jump to a seat. Lie onto your back, and we'll set for bridge pose. So it's this last opportunity to really get that extension. Sit down, lie back, bend your knees, plant your feet, lift your hips up. A lot of different things you could do with your arms. Reach your arms down, interlace your fingers underneath. If you want a deeper bind, my favorite is to reach down, grab the sides of the mat, and pull. And it just kind of moves your shoulders onto the back side of your body a little easier. Now breathe right there. Upper arms press down. Your chest presses up. Shins press forward. And stretch your collarbones back towards your chin. Breathe. Get as long as you can along your spine. Really good. Breath in. And on the exhale, roll all the way back down. So you've got 4 more back bends. Get a breath. Set up for bridge. Same pose. Press down through your feet and come up. So you can continue to work right here, or you can take it to wheel. Bend your elbows, plant your hands wide and deep, and then press your head up off the floor. You just start with your head on the floor. Whichever shape you have, get long. So it's wheel, chest to the back, and shins to the front. Take 1 more breath in. Tuck your chin, come all the way down. Take a breath. Clear it out. Bridge or wheel, set up, and come up. You'll do 5 breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, tuck your chin, come down. Take a breath in, blow the air out, and then sit up again. Yuri, pause for a second. Start wider and parallel. Good. Now going up. Perfect. 3 more breaths. Press your big toes down. That's it. Last breath in. Tuck your chin, come all the way down. Take 1 breath. Get all the rest in 1 breath. And then last one. Bridge your wheels. Set your hands, your feet, and lift up. So the back bend, it takes something, your attention. It takes pressing your shin forward and your chest back. You're making space, you're making room. But that's what you get out of it. Space and freedom and room to breathe. 1 more breath in. Tuck your chin, come all the way down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Good job. Feet together. Open your knees up wide like a book. Press your feet in towards each other. Stay engaged. And relax your shoulders away from the center of your chest. Take a moment to feel your heart, feel your breath, feel your body. Feel the sweat where it's dripping. And then hug your knees together into the center of your chest. Open your knees up wide for dead bug pose. You've created a lot of length on the front side of your spine, and now here you balance it by creating length on the back side of your spine. And so if you can, relax your head back and catch your feet or your thighs where the back of your pelvis can stay on the mat. So that might mean you're catching the thighs, your thighs, instead of your feet. Now from your tail to your base of your skull, get as long as you can. Beautiful. 1 more breath. And then bring your knees together. Stretch your legs up towards the ceiling and sit on your hands. So we created all this space around your spine. We've decompressed your whole spine. Now we're going to make your spine strong. With your legs pressing up, take a breath in. And on the exhale, pull your front ribs in and down. So you're sealing your abdominal wall towards your spine. Keep that. Take a breath. And on the exhale, lower your right foot towards the floor. So you're going to feel, as you lower your foot, feel for the moment right before your ribs would pop back up again or your low back would pop up. Before that happens, stop. So you stay where you can keep your abdominal wall plugged down towards your spine. And take a breath in. And exhale, switch your legs. Now check the other side. Even try too low. So get a little too low where, you can feel your back pop up or your belly push out. And then lift your leg back up to where you can keep everything stable and integrated. Take a breath in and switch your legs. Take a breath in and switch your legs. So you're going to go side to side for 30 seconds. So you're only touching that point where you can keep your abdominals integrated. Sometimes I find after a couple reps, a couple movements, I actually can go a little bit lower as my abdominals warm up to the idea of it. So you can play with that edge a little bit. 10 more seconds. Nice, Marianne. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both legs up to the ceiling. Hug your knees into your chest. Good. Catch the back of your thighs. Rock and roll forward and back. 1, 2, 3. On the third one, boat pose. You'll come up to sitting. Perfect. So you'll plug right back into your abdominals. Pull your abdominal wall back against your spine. Draw your upper arm bones back onto your upper back. That's it. Now breathe right there. And it's a balance, right? Like if you pull too far back, your belly pushes out. If you pull too far in, your shoulders push forward. So find the balance between those two actions. Take 1 more breath in, then cross your shins, plant your hands, downward facing dog, press back. From your downward dog, half pigeon on the right side. keep your eyes open. If you've lost your breath, that 4-part breath, start now. Start again. And as you focus and you breathe, feel your body and what is opening up for you within you at this one moment. Take one more breath. And then plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog, half pigeon on the left side. And it's only going to be if you've ever tried to do this cold. If you ever like woke up and tried to do a half, has anyone ever tried to do a half pigeon like first thing in the morning? So you know it took something to be where you're at right now. Like this isn't the half pigeon you're going to wake up and do. You're not going to have this depth. It's not going to feel like this. It's through a practice and moving and creating heat and breathing that you've opened up a new capacity in your body, a new range of motion, a new level of strength. And see, even in the moment as you might be feeling your hip, you're feeling something interesting about the pose or challenging about the pose, breathe and feel into what you made possible through practice. That this is an edge you would not have reached like 50 minutes ago. And take one more breath here. And press down through your hands, come up to a seat, swing your right leg forward for seated single leg extension. So right leg straight down your mat, left foot to your right inner thigh. Bend your right knee enough that your right sitting bone is on the floor. So especially if you can feel that you're rounding or tucking your tail. Bend your right knee more. Then reach up both sides of your body and fold, forward fold. So belly to your thigh, rib to your thigh, come down and catch the foot. If as you go to fold, your belly doesn't touch, bend your knee more. So like here, see that gap? Bend, yeah. There you go, that's it. Now draw your toes back towards your shin. So right here, draw, that's it. Now breathe. With every exhale, can you sink and soften your right hip crease down and back? And with every inhale, can you create more extension along your spine? Take one more in. Drop your head all the way down on the out, release. And then come up, switch your legs, left leg long, right foot in. Add that bend in, reach up, and then fold over your left thigh. So that's your barometer. If your ribs don't feel your thigh, that means bend your knee more. So if you can feel your thigh on your ribs easy, then you can start kicking your heel forward and work your leg a little straighter. Get Paul bend a little bit more. That's it. Yeah, our practice is something we practice consistently, and over time, your leg will get straighter. But that only happens when you meet yourself where you're at right now, honestly. Take a breath. Blow it out. And sit all the way up. Reverse table. Plant your hands behind your butt, fingers towards your feet. Plant your feet under your knees. And then inhale, lift your hips, lift your heart. And if it feels okay, drop your head back. Take a breath in. Open your mouth. 2 more breaths. One more breath in, chest way up. Open your mouth. And then drop down to your butt. Lie all the way back. Take your feet up and over your head for plow pose. So with your feet up over your head, hands to the middle of your back, and walk your shoulders together under you tight. So before your legs go up, get your shoulders under as deep as they'll go. Then one leg up to the ceiling. Then the other leg up to the ceiling. Take your feet towards the front of the room until you feel 85 to 90% of your weight in your shoulders. This is shoulder stand, and breathe right there. You will probably feel a lot of heat in your upper back. Breathe. You're welcome. Good. 5 more breaths. In the last 5, can you stretch your toes up more for the ceiling? Almost as though you could touch the ceiling if you reached enough. And then take one leg back to the floor behind your head. Take your other leg to the floor behind your head and stay in plow. So you press your shoulders down, reach your sitting bones up. Good. Now from plow, bend your knees around your ears. Deaf yogi. So we're back in this ragdoll shaped spine where there's space between your belly and your thighs. With every exhale, can you draw your belly and ribs back and swell the middle of your back into your hands? Okay, take one more breath. And with that exhale, one bone at a time, roll down. Roll down onto your spine. At the bottom, hug your knees to your chest. Drop your knees to the right. To your arms, look off to the left. With a breath in and a breath out, see if you can soften your shoulders towards the floor. So no longer through like pulling, but really through resting and surrendering your shoulders and the weight of them to the earth. And then gather your knees back up through center, change sides. And then come back to center. Supta Baddha Konasana. Feet together, knees wide. Open your arms up and out to the side and turn your palms up towards the ceiling. So as you reach out, you'll probably feel a cool eye towel on the upper corner of your mat somewhere. You can put that on your throat, over your eyes. You can just hold it in your hand. Your body will tell you where to put it. Just listen. And then once you're settled, take a big breath in. Let a sigh come out. And then straighten your legs, Shavasana. Rest. There's that quality of rest that's only available on the other side of this work. And so as you breathe and as you allow your physical body to totally rest, keep your attention on your body at rest. we typically do is tune out when our body relaxes. Can you stay dialed in? Feel your feet, feel your hands, even as they are at rest. Feel your breath happening even as you're not controlling or commanding it. And then take a deep breath in. Fill up, fill up, fill up, fill up. And exhale through your mouth. And gently hug your knees into your chest. Roll to a side. You just let your towel fall right off and let that go and come all the way up to a seated position. So you can keep your eyes closed and just kind of feel out where you're going to face. And in your seat, stretch your arms up towards the ceiling. Lift all the way up through all the bones of your spine with a big breath in. And on the exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And with your eyes closed, take your attention into the center of you. So it's from the skin in, that space inside. We know logically there's like organs and bones, but with your felt sense, feel that it's space. You feel it as space. Your thoughts happen and your emotions happen in that space. And then into that space, set an intention for the rest of the night. That when you step out this door, you know exactly how this space is going to show up. If nowhere else, this space is yours. And I'll set that intention and close with 3 final ohms. Take a big breath in. Lift your thumb goes up to the center of your forehead. Take a breath in. Blow it out. And together we say, Namaste. Namaste. Great job tonight, everybody. So good. It's so good to see you all in studio. Good to see you all at home. Well, mostly WIFA. You're the one that I saw. Good work. Those of you in here, your eye towels on the way out, just pop them in the hampers as you go out these 2 doors. If you have any questions about 40 days or anything else going on at the studio, please feel free to ask me. Otherwise, have a great rest of your night, everybody.